Okay. Close. Refresh this. Am I live? Oh, god damn it. Did they fucking change their shit? How this works? Okay, now I'm live. What the fuck? Okay. Whatever. Alright. Yeah, it's still the same. Alright, cool. So my Twitch should be... Make sure everything's set up. Everything's running fine. Okay, it looks like it kinda is. I don't know. Close that out. I'm not really a fan of YouTube's, like, how they do live. It's so weird. Let's see if is it. The frame rates are just great. Alright, we can close all this out. I don't know what's going on. Why is my frame rate just so shit right now? I don't understand. I mean, my streaming rate. Okay, so now we're better, I think. Okay, whatever. Let's play the video. All right, console cursor speed.
The season pass, requiring you to pretty much go after it in a given season. I know we have a way to still claim materials that we previously completed, but only through Bungie's website. So it's not like we can do that in-game. And from 305 username proxy, give Stasis acquisition the Light 3.0 treatment. Essentially, get it from Ikora. Granted, I know why Bungie's doing this. They want to funnel people into the Beyond Light campaign, but sure. Now from 60 Hertz, eliminate the seasonal power grind, or at the very least, make it annual. Prevent activities from being locked out. Now I already think we're going in that direction.
Yeah, same.
For instance, Grandmaster Nightfalls just got its level dropped down, making it more accessible for everybody, even allowing people to not even be at that minimum threshold to get into the Nightfalls. I personally think Bungie should just make the game extremely hard, but accessible for everybody, so that if you voluntarily want to get boned straight to orbit over and over, by all means, you have the right to do so.
D1 Nightfall.
Longinus, remove the Synth Weave quest cap. Let people grind for it if they want to. From BT0083, implement some sort of bad luck protection in raids and dungeons.
Yes.
Yeah, there's definitely people that have gone extended amount of completions for things and have yet to see a raid exotic. I feel like Bungie eventually does add bad luck protection, but again, better bad luck protection would be nice. What if there was like a guaranteed way to get a certain exotic from a dungeon or a raid? Like, have something that incrementally allows you to acquire an exotic so that you're not at like 50 runs of that raid and still don't have Touch of Malice. Again, this would just
Pity
boil down
system.
to it being bad luck protection, but this would be something we would be able to directly see. Now, moving on to accessibility from range who can't verbally communicate. Honestly, for years, I've been kind of like sitting back, observing how players in Destiny communicate, and there's a lot of folks that don't set. They want to either type or have some sort of ping system. And like a ping system that doesn't just ping something and that's it, like literally showcases an enemy or an objective node or a defense node. Considering we have in-game LFG coming soon, having some way for people to non-verbally communicate would be nice. Moving on to Viz HD, console cursor speed scaler. Now, I don't know anything about this. Console cursor speed scaler, I don't know. Somebody fill me in on consoles. From Viz HD again, give us all the ability to save custom bindings as presets. Now, I know you can actually save bindings via your account or your computer. Honestly, that's enough for me. Granted, if your build substantially changes, where you actually have to go in and change key bindings, and there are times where I change things up a little bit depending on what I'm using, I can see where that can be beneficial. But again, saving custom loadouts is way more important to me here than saving custom bindings. And from Longinus, add more options for reporting people in game.
Because I know they don't. It shouldn't have to be that, but I feel like you can also just use third party for that, especially for PC. But maybe controller, it's more of an issue because I feel like this guy is coming from a controller perspective, console perspective because he talked about the speed. So maybe that's what he's referring to. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I play Titan sometimes and rarely Warlock. So I don't feel like I ever really need to change. Even when I swap over there, I don't feel like I need to change my presets. But
many people are blatantly evading bans, and there's no way to report that. Well, now we're in a situation where supposedly people are getting banned that are innocent, and this is definitely a gray area for Bungie. I actually want to take this a step further. You need not only a more specific report feature, maybe even having a way to like capture gameplay and showcase it, but secondly, for innocent bystanders, I do think we need an appeal system of sorts. Now, some outliers from Exciting Flow, implement strike-specific loots and strike scoring. From Cat and Furry PC, allow us to enter into a strike solo. Side note, enter into any activity solo. I know there's like a way to do this on console. I think you can like roll back the time or something like that of your console to like the week before. It's something weird. And
but to do it on PC, you have to do a script thing.
Having that option would be cool. From Bone Fats, please fix melees. Both melee whiffs and rubber banding desyncing that happens around someone else's melees, especially in the form of improved melee range. This is definitely true when you have things like Ophidians, knockouts.
Been a thing since D1.
Weird, especially in a game like Destiny. And any of the range boosting melees definitely has issues with rubber banding, desyncing. You've got people going all over the map when they're sitting there melee and you can't even shoot them. No lie, I actually think that range on all melees should have a hard cap. No extensions. You want buffs? You can buff melee damage. You can even buff the range in which your melee will connect. Say for instance, a hunter has a significantly larger hitbox with a certain melee boosting exotic. And same with like Syntheseps or Ophidians, but not actually give it an extra 2-3 meters. This causes problems. It always has and it always will, even with better servers. FPS games, at least FPS PvP games, are not meant to have melees that can reach you up to 6.5 meters. Now keep in mind, inside of Destiny 1, we had crazy reaching melees. For instance, Stormcallers, your tickle fingers could reach.
Oh yeah, the sniper.
Way back when Triple Rec actually had a video showcasing how far the melee actually reaches. But the beautiful thing about that, even though it was hard to counter and it was a ridiculous amount of range, at least the Guardian in front of you wasn't rubber banding all over the place, as it was tied to your charged melee. So I definitely think any melee range boosting exotics should be dealt with. From Bone Fat again, map voting for PvP. I don't know why this isn't a feature. We've been asking for this for forever. Nothing is more fatiguing than getting the same map over and over again. Map voting would be an amazing.
Oh, okay, so the same, like at the end of. Oh, okay.
Everyone. From Cal and Kekis,
but that,
the Defiled, update character.
I think the problem with that is, right now, I think that how many times you stay in the lobby with the same people is, I mean, just my experience. I don't really stay in the lobby. I don't know.
Customization and give us the ability to make changes post character creation. I still remember back inside of RuneScape, you had the witch you could go to and change the appearance.
Wait, what
of
is he talking about?
This was really filed, update character customization, and give us changes post character creation. I still remember back inside of RuneScape, you had the witch you could go to and change the appearance of your character. This was really nice, especially considering at one point in RuneScape, times got really rough, guys. I lost all my money, and no lie, your man had to become a girl for a little bit. I had 1,000 gold. I went to that witch, became a chick for about a month, bought myself a pink skirt, and fellas, we were back in the game. But on a serious note, actually being able to sit there and change your character's look would be nice. To this day, my warlock still looks like Thomas Jefferson. And it was funny at first. Now, I just never take his helmet off. And from Luke, add a way for us to do more name changes in game, even if it's a paid system like Xbox. So guys, those are all the changes listed over this.
They said they were going to have a name change system at some point after they implemented it. I think it's maybe it was just a one-time free. Is all it was.
Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always, slap that like button like you.
Alright, so I'll definitely check out that Reddit, but right now we'll just move on to something. We'll do Ina first at Shredder.
Dirt house, you know? Here the Enderman don't get in. Wait, but aren't the Enderman gonna take away the dirt? Oh. You know what? I'll worry about that later. This is a temporary house where I can worry about not looking at anyone. Oh, this is so it's close to home, you know? Not going outside.
Oh yeah, yep.
Avoiding people.
Yep.
One dirt stolen already. they're stealing my house. Fine, I'll make it out of cobblestone. They're breaking my house. Stop that. Stop.
Oh no, she didn't finish that slide. Okay.
No, it's my house.
Just patch it up with cobblestone. It'll be fine.
Don't take my house.
Oh, they even took a roof piece. She put the shovel in her inventory and didn't even use it.
Don't touch it.
Okay, now nope, she's still not using the shovel.
Don't touch it. My house. Go away.
Okay, now she's doing. There we go.
Oh, another one.
Man, boiling Ina. Ah, when was this made? A year ago? Oh, this is an old clip. Okay. How have I missed this clip?
They're in my house. Stop that. Go away. No. Get out of my house. No. Go away. Go away. Go away. Shoot. Shoot. Go away.
Dump some water.
Why could this happen to me? Kill it. No. No, don't leave your dirt over here. Go away. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Shoot.
They can't. They're stuck.
Can I kill them with water? Will the other ones aggro?
No.
Asking for a friend. No? If they can't see me, they won't. No.
Even if they do see you, they
Trust you.
the water isn't an attack from you. It's just a natural thing. There you go.
Okay, they're gone. Get out of my house. That's right.
Alright. Okay. We are going to watch, I think it's probably the last. I don't know. We'll see. Let me see here. Is there anything else to watch? Offline. Got it. Let's see here. I think Dragons rolls 1 on new license. Okay, so I think they already rolled back, so I'm not I hate when you see something, you're like, oh, okay, I'll watch that, and then later the next day, like, the whole controversy is drastically changed, and you're like, well, now that content's not really needed. Yeah, this will probably be our last one. That's probably the last one before I stop streaming, because it is 12:30.
Flashing
It's an hour
lights
long.
that may affect viewers with photosensitive epilepsy. Viewer discretion is advised.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Mega Man 2's world record speedrun is one of the most prestigious on the NES. For nearly 2 decades, it's had a lively competitive scene, with world record holders polishing their skills to see who can beat it the quickest. It requires precision and finger speed that would even make Mike Tyson proud. Because to speedrun Mega Man 2 at the top level, you must break it. After
Break
all,
it!
Walls are just suggestions, and ceilings are figments of our imagination. This is the story of how speedrunners broke Mega Man 2. This is the history of Mega
I'm just
Man
gonna do a
2
little
World Records.
720. It's fine. I want to be good with this game. I've always wanted to be good at Mega Man. I'm like decent. I don't even say decent. I'm like under decent. Just maybe because I don't put the time in. I did play a lot of the first Mega Man when I was a kid, and I loved it. And then I just kind of I did stop playing Mega Man, like the main
And now
cord
a
ones.
word from this video's sponsor, NordVPN. For years, Potato Sock 500 was the fastest internet search
Potato
in the
Sock, that's a
world,
name.
and nothing could slow him down. But that all changed one day in September 2022. His arch rival, Super Doodle 25,
he's got an arch
hacked
rival?
his data and stole his IP address. And just like that, Potato Sock's record reign came to an end.
Oh, man.
He should have been using NordVPN.
Ah!
By going to nordvpn.com/summoning salt and getting a huge discount off a 2-year plan plus 4 free months,
My life.
Potato Sock could have encrypted his internet usage and hidden his IP address from
Oh,
Super Doodle.
yeah.
He could have been surfing the internet with a protected connection and
That's
guarded
what I
his
want.
coveted world record. To avoid a costly mistake like Potato Sock made, get the best NordVPN deal on the internet. Thanks
this
again
legit?
to NordVPN, my channel's first
How do I get down to
sponsor.
25%?
Please go check out nordvpn.com/summoning salt. Your support really goes a long way. So, where do we begin?
I don't know.
The
You
history
tell me.
of Mega Man 2's world record is an enigma to uncover. In the mid-2000s, people completed runs both with and without video proof, on and with different rule sets. At certain points in time, what would be considered the true world record was ambiguous, and to this day, putting together an accurate timeline is quite difficult.
No. Okay.
Yet, through all that, there's one run that's pretty unanimously considered to be the first world record.
Okay.
The year was 2004. The runner was Richard Ureta, and his final
Richard!
time was 30 minutes and 39 seconds.
Damn.
Mega Man 2, you're presented with 8 stages.
I
you
would
can
love to do
complete
speedrun
in
of
any
this,
order.
But
Ureta
I
decided
first
to
gotta be
start
good
with
at the game.
Airman, where he precisely jumped on the lips of blocks to avoid slowing down. You only have
Huh.
about a 4-pixel window to do so, and risk dying from a missed jump. He then had to slowly ride on the clouds to make it further in the stage, and on the boss fight, down Airman. Ureta, where he repeatedly rode item 2 to quickly skip through long corridors. Quickman himself has a random pattern, but Ureta once again took
Oh,
it
so
down
he-
nicely with the
Oh,
Megas.
okay.
Next up was Flashman, where Airman's weapon was used on larger enemies, and item 2 helped him skip over the last room. On Metal Man's stage, Ureta froze time with Flashman's weapon so he could run through without the spikes falling on him. He also jumped forward on the conveyors moving against him, so he wouldn't be pushed back.
Okay.
Item 2 was utilized once again, although he had to carefully maneuver around spawning enemies. And on the boss
Ooh.
fight, he used quick boomerangs. With 4 Robot Masters down, and Metal Man's overpowered
Wait, okay,
weapon
wait, so-
acquired, Ureta went into Bubble Man's stage. The shrimp and
Does
fish
he mean-
are quite weak to Metal Blade.
Does he mean weakness by, like, if you use it, it'll do more damage than normal, or like his playstyle is weak to that weapon? Is that what he mean by that? Like, okay.
blades. So Ureta was able to jump up and shoot them down to quickly clear a path ahead. It was similar to how a casual player would get through the stage, but the
Hey,
key difference
that's
is that
me.
Ureta never stopped running. He precisely maneuvered and barely let go of right on the D-pad. On
Okay.
Heatman's stage, Ureta once again jumped from column to column without slowing down. He used item 2 to cross the lava gap later on, and used Bubble Lead on Heatman. Heat has random delays between his shots, but since it only takes 3 bubbles to kill him, they hardly mattered at all here.
So I
More on
feel
those
like-
delays later.
So I feel like they do have like
Next up
weaknesses
was
from this. It's
Crash
not just
Man,
like
whose
play
stage
style.
is filled with ladders that
So if it
you
takes only
normally
3
have to
shots of the
slowly
bubbles.
climb.
Okay.
However, if you place down an
Okay, I
ladder,
can't- God,
you
the
can
pickle
then
is
jump
so bad.
off of it and save a bit of time.
Oh.
Ureta also used item 1 to his advantage by letting him bypass ladder sections altogether,
Oh,
and
damn.
avoid having to ride on the slow conveyors. And finally, there was Woodman.
Wood!
Ureta's most notable strategy here was using Flashman's Time Stopper to prevent the dogs from spawning. After a charged heat shot to Woodman, he had completed the 8 robot stages.
Nice.
But now, the game's difficulty takes a big step up. It's time for the Wily stages. Wily 1 is similar to Crash Man's stage in that there are several ladders. They used both item 1 and item 3 to help, then mashed Quick Boomerang at the Dragon Boss for a quick kill. In Wily 2, Yoretta shot the Leaf Shield to protect against projectiles in the long corridor. They randomly drop health and ammo, which are bad luck in a speedrun since it slows you down to pick them up. Wily 3 is the easiest Wily stage, with the only tough part being at the end, when you have to jump up and mash boomerangs as fast as possible. The final 3 Wily stages are perhaps the most important in the entire run. Wily 4 features an enormous sequence of ladders at the start. With several careful item 3 placements, Yoretta was able to quickly traverse his way to the top while barely slowing
Okay,
down.
okay.
Then,
Just clipping through
you
the
have
floor.
4
Got it.
spike screens to get through. Normally, you're supposed to ride around on the conveyor and dodge enemies. But Richard Yoretta had other ideas. In the first room, he took damage and used iframes to barely make it across the spikes. In the third room, he used item 2 to quickly get iframes again. And in the fourth room, he used item 1 to just barely reach the conveyor early and make it to the exit.
Nice.
In Wily 5, Yoretta used each boss's weakness against them, meaning most fights were completed in a matter of seconds. For the stage boss, he used metal blades to tear through the first phase, and then a crash bomb he had saved from the Wily 4 boss. And finally, there was Wily 6. For the stage itself, you just walk to the end without slowing down. But the alien boss is another story. You have to hit him with 14 bubbles, and if you make contact with him, known as hugging the alien, he tanks your health. Yoretta's strategy was to get hit by a projectile, then use the iframes to briefly match double lead as fast as he could. He avoided hugging the alien and closed out the run at 30:39.
Nice.
And with that, Mega Man 2 had its first world record. It was a
Hell yeah.
solid run with few big mistakes, but at the end of the day, was it that far removed from a pristine casual playthrough?
I guess not. There's
Yoretta
a
was
few.
obviously much more skilled than a casual player, and tricks like damage boosting in Wily 4 did help.
Yeah, I
but
feel like a lot of it
running
wasn't very
stages
much.
and obliterating the bosses with their weaknesses isn't necessarily that difficult.
Also, I feel like there wasn't a whole getting around walls and stuff, like clipped grounds and stuff like that, but not a whole lot of like, oh hey, I'm gonna do this, and it's just going to break the game.
To do. For the next couple of years, there would be little activity. But then, the timeline starts to get tricky. See, Mega Man 2 lets you play on either normal or difficult mode. Difficult mode means enemies take more shots to kill, particularly the bosses. Yoretta's run was on normal mode, since it's faster than difficult mode. But in late 2006, a vibrant speedrunning community for the game would form in Japan. There, the game is known as Rockman 2, and it has one distinct difference. It defaults to difficult mode, with no option to change it. You'd think that would mean it's slower than Mega Man 2, but text cutscenes take significantly less time in Rockman 2. So much less time that it ends up being a wash with the time lost from playing on difficult mode.
Oh shit.
So, Rockman 2 and Mega Man 2 runs are comparable in time, but Rockman 2 is considered the more challenging speedrun. And after a series of improvements through 2007, despite playing on a more difficult version of the game, a runner from Japan named Lambda would beat Yoretta's run
Lambda these
in
nuts.
a minute.
Ha,
Lambda
got him.
saved time in just about every, taking much longer. A lot of it came from just being a bit cleaner everywhere, fewer small mistakes, and tighter execution. This added up big. In Wily 4, you can see how more item 3 placements and faster movement saved Lambda significant time. In all, this run felt like less of an expert's casual playthrough and more like a polished speedrun, boosted by the fact that he played on a more difficult version of the game. In 2008, a runner named Hoshi would set another string of Rockman 2 records, ultimately taking it down to 29:15. He saved about 3 seconds in Bubble from fewer knockbacks, and about 4 in Clash from better item 3 placement on the ladders. Together, Lambda and Hoshi had taken Rockman 2 to the next level. This was just 2008, Yet their
2008,
speedruns
okay.
were optimized to levels most games wouldn't see for years.
And this is
Yet there's
probably
one thing
before
to
a
note
lot
about
of
these runs.
computers
They
being
were
used.
played according to PureCast rules,
Oh.
Japan's leading speedrun hub at the time. And one rule from PureCast stated that auto-fire was allowed, meaning you could hold down the button and fire your weapon up to 30 times per second.
Okay.
This made
Why would
some
you-
sections of the game easier, like killing enemies without slowing down, and it made some sections impossibly fast, like the alien fight in Wily 6, which normally takes 28 shots to kill in Rockman 2.
So wait, is that like
But
a
still,
controller mod,
their runs
or
certainly shouldn't
is that
be
like a
described.
task thing?
It's estimated that autofire only saved them about 20 seconds. The rest of the difference came from better strategies and execution. So while it's a little
Okay.
tricky to say how Lambda and Hoshi's runs fit into the timeline, it's safe the best executed Rockman 2 speedruns of their era. Now,
Oh,
about
makes
2
sense.
weeks after Hoshi's 2915, the run would once again
I'm gonna be right back, guys. I'm gonna be right back. Alright, boys. Oh, by the way, I got Sephiroth. Let's go.
Again be lowered by 10 seconds. A 29:05 on the North American version of the game by a runner named Seth Glass.
Wow. What?
But there's something a bit different about this run. See, prior speedruns of the game were submitted to Twin Galaxies and Purecast, websites which prohibited the use of glitches.
What?
Seth Glass was submitting to Speed Demos Archive, so he was free to use whatever glitches he wanted.
Any percent.
And boy, did
Or
he
any.
ever...
Okay, these are the speedruns I know. So those other ones were like I want to say probably speedrun boom.
These are Mega Man
Popularity.
2's zips. Item 1 rises toward the top of the